All right. I see that I am live. Welcome, everyone. This is Tony D with American Freedom Fighters. Now, I want to get into a few things here today. Let me take a quick drink of water before I start hacking my brains out. I want to talk about the Charlie Kirk situation here. We are being eliminated little by little by the so called left, the Democrats. They are pushing the point of trying to harm Christians in America today. They are against Republicans in our country today. May I remind you people that our Constitution and our amendment rights were built on Christian Catholic beliefs and from the Bible as well. Our freedoms and our safety is on our Constitution and our amendment rights. Now, what has happened yesterday, unfortunately, it happened to be the day before the remembrance of 9/11. As for myself, I believe that Donald Trump should reenact the Warner Act, which keeps all foreigners out of our government, due to the fact that these people that are in our government, in the Democrat administration, are against all that our country stands for. They are against our freedoms. They want to dictate to you what you can and can't do. They want you to count on the government to take care of you. That's not right. People, you have to understand that over the years that we have, excuse me a second, that we have basically gone from a country with law and order that every American citizen should be aware of. American United States laws cover everyone that is in the United States. Since you may be, for instance, a Muslim and you come to the United States and you break our laws here in the United States, you will be arrested. You will be thrown in prison for not abiding by the laws of the United States. Your Sharia law does not count here in the United States. You are in this country to pursue happiness, to live a better life, to have freedom in this country, to live a productive life. When you come here to the United States, you come to the United States to get away from the country you came from, to have the freedoms in this country that you don't have in your own country. If you want to bring what you lived through from that country to this country, you're doing wrong. It's not going to work in the United States of America. Leave what you had there. You came here to our country, and we don't want what you had there. We want what we have here. Now, slowly but surely, the demonic Democratic administration has proven to the United States citizens how evil they are. They're allowing criminals and have allowed criminals to come into the United States. They have not abided by the laws that are here in the United States. They have not followed our constitutional rights. They have not followed our amendment rights. We have freedom of speech here in the United States. But now, in the last, I'd say, 20 years, we're losing our freedoms here in the United States. We are no longer having our freedom of speech. Even here on YouTube, they have terms and conditions that go against our freedom of speech. We cannot say what we want to say, which goes against our constitutional and amendment rights here in the United States. Now, what had happened to Charlie Kirk yesterday was an assassination, and it was plotted, I would guarantee, by the Democratic administration. They had people as decoys to stop the investigation of this assassination. They showed an old guy, walking with his shorts down around his ankles as they were dragging him in handcuffs down the road. And he was saying, "Oh, well, yeah, I killed him and I'd kill him again if I had the chance, blah, blah, blah." Bullshit. Total bullshit. You also had one other guy that the police had put in handcuffs because he had a rifle in his vehicle. They're saying multiple weapons, but that's not been really shown except for a rifle that you see the police had. Now, there are various videos out here on YouTube as well as your local news channels back here to talk about all this stuff. Okay? They have pictures of a guy that they do believe was the assassin. There are various pictures on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all these different media sites. Now, I want to state to you all, this man will, and I do mean he will, be caught. I also believe that there was signaling going on to this guy, this assassin, from people that were on the right side of Charlie Kirk. If you watch certain videos, and there are videos from different people, including Black Scout Survival, that he had mentioned this and showed videos of it, where one guy was tilting his hat and going different hand gestures, and then there was a guy next to him with a dark t-shirt going type of thing. Now, when people are making this movement, they're giving off signals for the assassin. Now's the time to take your shot. Now, this was definitely a setup against Charlie Kirk. I say this because black ops and snipers and things of that nature do these things when they're in the military or when they're doing black ops um, operations. These things are known by us military veterans. At least most of us know these situations. I don't know how the military is doing their operations today, but back when I was in the service back in the 70s during the Vietnam War and things that we had learned, those are some of the protocols that we learned um, in the military. As a man being 70 years old, I can tell you that this is definitely a process of elimination for people that speak the truth. And it could happen to me, it could happen to many people that are on these social media platforms. We like to speak the truth. We want people to know what is going on in this world today. The problem is you have people that are in fear of the truth. They don't want to accept the truth and what's going on in this country. And it's sad they can't understand reality as a whole. They're delusional. They think that everything that I should say, the Democratic administration is telling them they have to believe and is true. Now, you have many, many people on some of these news platforms that have been fired by these companies. And some of them are MSNBC commentators, CNN commentators, and a few others that have been fired for what they have stated about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Even our Democratic administration and Congress yesterday, when they wanted to do a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk, they were shouting, "No!" And then they brought up a couple of them. What about so and so from Ukraine who was killed on a subway train in North Carolina? I agree. They should also have a moment of silence for her as well. She came to the United States to live a life without war that she was dealing with in Ukraine. She came to this country to live as an American. She came to this country to live a better life. You people, if you've never lived in a war torn country where war is going on and people are getting killed by the hundreds and thousands a day, including your family and relatives, you have no say in this matter. Excuse me a second while this train goes by. And the point I'm getting to is people come here to the United States to live a better life. They believe in the pursuit of happiness. they believe that there is an American dream. However, we as Americans know that there's really not much of an American dream left anymore because, once again, our Democratic administration has ruined that for us. They're making us all slaves to them, to the government. They want you to work your fingers to the bone, 1 to 2 full-time jobs, work every single day of the week, not be able to raise your family, and keep you in debt. As we all can see, the prices are sky high on everything, on your food, on a vehicle. Doesn't matter if it's a used vehicle or a brand new vehicle. The prices that you have to pay for a used or new vehicle today is what it used to cost for a home. No vehicle is worth $50,000 to $100,000. Not one. No home for a person or couple should be worth more than $100,000. But yet you have people that are struggling every single day of the week. Now a week's worth of salaries goes for food, and even then some. Your average citizen here in the United States is making between $40,000 and $60,000 a year. Not everybody's making $70,000, $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year. So what does that tell you? Somebody's getting rich. It's certainly not us. Like George Carlin, when he was alive years ago, he stated, hey, it's one bird, two wings of the same bird. You got the right and the left. And they all belong to the same bird. They're all making money off of you, your tax-paying dollars. They're all getting paid by these big elite companies. They're all running our country by what these big elites are telling them what to do. We, the people, are slowly being eliminated. And our government's got a plan to depopulate and eliminate us here in the United States of America. Now, I mentioned a lot of these things in a video last night. Yes, they do have a depopulation plan in progress. And unfortunately, they took out a man, they assassinated a man yesterday that spoke the truth. Charlie Kirk was an honest man. He was a debater. He spoke the truth and was a firm believer in God, in Jesus Christ. He was a strong, faith-based man, which you all should be as well. If you're not, I feel sorry for you because we're in revelational times right now. Things may happen very soon. You're going to wish that you were a devoted Christian and you did believe in our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, Charlie Kirk debated people And why I say that this was a planned assassination, and there were people that had given signals and things like that, just so happened to be at the time when the man was asking him questions about guns and the freedom of having our Second Amendment rights, and then asked him a question about mass shootings. And he answered calmly, and bang, he was done. Over. Now, they have found the rifle, they believe, the, and rounds of ammunition with etchings on each bullet referring to transgenderism and things of that nature, along with the rifle and the spent cartridge as well. Now, this assassin had things planned out very well. Where he was at, the building he was at, and his escape plan that would have taken him out away from the scene of the incident. And he had quick access to avoid a lot of people, and he had quick access out of the area. There are videotapes that the FBI and other FBI and CIA and things like that they are investigating at this moment and time. They have also seen where a private jet that had left the airport had shortly after it took off from the airport shut its radar off and did not turn its radar systems back on until it was ready to land, which is another red flag, so to speak, because they are always to have their radar detection on these airplanes. There are pictures out of the assumed assassin, and apparently, this person, of the pictures that I have seen so far, are of a transgender person. I have seen pictures with the person with long blonde hair looking like a woman. And then I have also seen pictures of him at that university with very short cut hair and a black hat and sunglasses when he was inside a stairwell of the university. So there are pictures floating around, and if anybody does know of who this person may be, please contact the local FBI or CIA or whoever is in your area. You are seeing now where people have no um, respect for our laws in this country anymore. And it's sad because you have these criminals in this country, like the Ukrainian woman that was stabbed on the subway train in South Carolina. That man 14 different times for very brutal attacks. Why are these court systems releasing these people back into the public? We shouldn't have to be seeing these kind of things happening. Like I had mentioned last night on my other video, We should be demanding more law enforcement in this country, in every major city and town across this nation. People who are lax on obeying the laws of this country, including judges, you figure you're going to go ahead and give everything to everybody and let them go free. You should be disbarred from your position. These laws are put into effect for a reason, and that is to get the people that are doing wrong, put them in prison where they belong. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that this assassin should be put to death once he's caught, either in front of a firing squad, or I would say public hanging would be great. They should enforce the law. And in Utah, where Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they do have the death penalty, which I believe should be strongly used. And I also believe that it should be strongly used in all 50 states here in the United States. These people should not have a chance of living a life in prison where they can still watch TV, play cards, eat what they want to eat, go and have their exercise time, and all these gratuities they're getting while they're in prison. They should be put on a work detail every day and worked hard. And they should have a date set that if they take someone's life, they should also have their life taken from them. These people that do 40, 60 years in prison and then they get out on parole or go as time served. And then what do they do when they get back? Out on the streets. They have no idea what's going on in society, but yet they'll go right back to what they did before they originally got arrested. They'll go back to their murdering and other disrespect for other people. Excuse me 1 second here. Now, you have a lot of things going on, as you can see right up here. And they're doing many investigations on this assassination of Charlie Kirk. This man had a debate with a guy, well, he considers himself a woman, even though he had facial hair, you know, but he wore a dress and a wig. So he was considering himself as a transgender. Charlie Kirk had stated there are Y chromosomes and X chromosomes. No matter what you try to change yourself as, your blood DNA will show that you either have Y chromosomes or X chromosomes, which will label you as a man or a woman. There is no in between. I believe it's totally sickening that teachers are telling these children today that they are one or another sex or the opposite of what they are. This should be eliminated for any teacher to try and tell or teach any child what their sex should or shouldn't be. That should be the responsibility of the parents. The parents are responsible for every child until the age of 21. People are debating that and saying, oh no, when they're 18, they're an adult. Well, to join the military, yes. But other than that, a parent is responsible for any child that is 21 years of age and 25 years of age if they have a mental issue with themselves. Now, that's another thing that the government is trying to take away from American families today. Schools want to be in control of your children, which is totally wrong because you, as a parent, have the right to decide what your child can and cannot do. The same with them getting that poke in the arm, right? These kids go to school and the nurse says, I think you should get that poke in the arm. Don't listen to what your parents are telling you. We're telling you what's right for you, which is totally wrong because they're actually lying to these children. And that should go against every part of our being of what is right and what is wrong. Now, by this assassination of Charlie Kirk, we're also going to have the issues dealing with our Second Amendment rights. You already have some of the Democrats saying, well, this is another issue, and this is why we have to issue red flag gun laws against these AR assault weapons and so on and so forth. That's also wrong. Our constitutional rights, our Second Amendment right, is that our right to own a firearm shall not be infringed, but yet our government wants to infringe. Any person who wants to own a firearm should take a firearm safety course. And if you don't pass that course, you should not be able to have a firearm. That is my belief. Now, I was taught very young on the operations of a firearm and the safety of firearms. We used to have rifle target contests against other schools when I was in school. Today, not so much. They eliminated that from the curriculum of these public schools today, which I believe is very wrong. Instead of taking our weapons away, they should increase people to have weapons today. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. If there's more guns, there's less crime, and it's been proven. But yet your Democratic administration doesn't want you to be armed. They want the division in this country. They want every race to fight with the other race. The Democratic Party has caused the division of this nation. It is not the party for the working class people anymore. They have turned totally into a demonic administration. Everything that was good is now evil, and what is evil is now good. That is what this Democratic administration has caused here in the United States. You wonder why you're working your ass off every single day to try and make ends meet? Well, you can thank the Democratic administration for that. Because now you have people And these elites making millions and billions of dollars off of your tax money. Why do I say that? Well, prices are sky high. Your food, like I say, you're using a week's worth of wages just to purchase food. Your electric bill has gone sky high, and they're predicting it's going to go higher. Gasoline prices. Where is the relief on our gasoline prices? We had President Trump, and I think he's kind of turned to fair with the elites now because he's all in with Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, who wants to create vaccines that will cure every illness that's out here in this country today. If you read the Bible states that there is a plant to cure every illness that a person would get here on earth. But yet you have all these different pharmaceutical companies, and these doctors are working with these pharmaceutical companies because, of course, they're getting a payout from these pharmaceutical companies to prescribe you medication. Instead of going and giving you a healthy alternative where a plant or a tea or certain foods would cure your illness, they're prescribing you medication that doesn't cure anything. It just covers the side effects that you're having. That poke in the arm, that has eliminated many, many people throughout the world. And they're still pushing more and more. Every year, it's a new vaccine. They just want to keep poking you in that arm. Why? Because they're trying to eliminate you. It's killing off your cells that fight diseases. It's killing off your body's protected system. Your body fights against allergies and illnesses and viruses and all these different things. Your body does that naturally. When they come out with these pokes in the arm, well, like the C-19, that was supposed to eliminate that virus. Instead, it has eliminated people and more to come because that poke in the arm and the new boosters that they're giving you year after year is deteriorating your body from fighting against these viruses, diseases, infections, and allergies, and all this stuff. There are regular remedies, like I have stated, to cure these issues. A good part of it, a lot of people today are having cancers turn up out of the blue, where it's never been in their family tree history ever. And these people are coming up with these cancers that are, when found, are already at stage 4 in their body. Cancer just normally doesn't appear like that at that high rank of infection. And you people don't realize there are natural cures for things like that. I'll give you a couple of for instances, okay? Oh, here, right here is the guy that they're looking for. He is the possible assassin. This man right here. There he is on top of the rooftop. Right there. Tell me this wasn't staged. Anybody who was in the military knows that that's the posture you use in a PSYOP situation. A lot of these things that they're showing here are the investigations they're doing now, and they're finally getting down to the situation. But to get back to what I was talking about, excuse me, let me take a drink. Some of these cancers that can be cured, most of them can be cured. You can do your own research now. This is my opinion, and I have done a lot of studies on all this stuff. Okay. Dandelion leaf and root tea. That's a cancer killer. Green tea is a cancer killer. Hibiscus tea is a cancer killer. You can also purchase elderberry tea, which boosts your immune system and helps fight against these diseases and illnesses and allergies and such. You also have different vitamins that you can take for blood flow and things of that nature. You got your CQ10. You have your fish pills, omega 3s and omega 6s, and also I can't think of the other one off of hand here, and I take them daily. But there are a lot of different vitamins. Even K2 is good for blood flow and things of that nature. You also have different fruits, your raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, grapes, seeded grapes, not the seedless grapes. Seeded grapes are good for you because the seeds in those grapes are cancer killers. Oh my God, imagine that. And those are mostly like Concord grapes and things of that nature, red grapes. Some are seeded. You want to get the seeded. When they modified all these different fruits and vegetables not to have seeds in them, they're taking away your cures to be healthy. Other countries don't allow our foods in their countries because of these things. Well, they've modified our fruits and vegetables and the chemicals that they have in these foods that we are eating today. These countries won't accept them. Like I had stated last night in my other vehicle, why are we the guinea pigs for all this poison that the United States is allowing? Why is the Food and Drug Administration allowing them to poison us? Process of elimination. Once again, people, I want you to think and think hard of everything that's going on in this country right now. Pray for this man. Godspeed, Charlie Kirk. Pray for this man's family and children. They were at this event. They watched him be assassinated. People, this is not right. This should not be happening in America. We have had many, many great people in this country. Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, Malcolm X, Charlie Kirk. These men spoke the truth. These men were smart men. had Christian beliefs, they didn't mind debating with people. They opened the eyes of a lot of people so that they would see clearly instead of this fictitious crap that's being taught to them in these universities and schools that teachers are trying to teach your children. These are things that you should be upset about because you, as well as your children, are not being told the truth. It's one big organization, and you're not invited. They're hiding all this stuff from you. Be aware of what's going on. Stay in contact with what you're seeing on these reputable news media channels. Myself, I watch Fox News, I watch News Nation, One American News. If you're watching MSNBC or CNN or all these Democratic channels, you should eliminate yourself and open your eyes and see what's really going on in the United States today. If you are one of the people that applauds the assassination of this man, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because these people are bringing out the truth. And if you don't believe in the truth and how things are really going on, and what is really going on, I should say, in our country, you should be ashamed of yourself. And if you are voting as a Democrat, trust me, we're watching you. We keep our head on a swivel. We are always armed, and we are carriers. We have our carrier's permits. I'm also glad that they finally allow open carry here in the state of Florida, which was one of the only states where you could conceal carry, but you couldn't open carry. We finally now can open carry here in the state of Florida. We still have to abide by their laws as far as going into government buildings and such. You cannot have your firearm in a courthouse or a government building. And they're saying some restaurants and taverns and such, things of that nature. Unless you have the permission from that restaurant or tavern owner to be able to carry. But I want you all to be aware of what's going on in this country. This is a sad day for America because once again, we have a man that was assassinated that spoke the truth, that was open to debate with people. He had opened many people's eyes to see what is really going on here in the United States of America. If you're a foreigner from another country, you should not be flying your flag from another country. You came here to the United States to live under our laws, our ways of life. There is only but one flag to be flown in the open here in the United States, and that's the American flag, the flag of the United States of America. If you want to have your flag, that's fine. Keep it indoors where it belongs to represent where you've come from. And if you want to fly your flag outside, the American flag must be the top flag on any flagpole over any country, over any other flag. And this also goes with the national anthem at sporting events. People are outraged, and I do not blame them at all. There is only one national anthem. Now, apparently, at a NFL game somewhere here in the United States, I don't remember which game it was, they had sang a black national anthem. Well, I'm sorry, but that's a disgrace to every person here in the United States of America because the national anthem of the United States of America is for all people, not just one race. So you should be proud of the United States of America's national anthem. No other anthem is acceptable. Anyone who would play that is a racist. Anyone who claims that someone else is racist are the racists themselves. Because a non racist will not bring up race at all. I have nothing against anyone. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're black, Hispanic, Asian, white. I don't care. You yourself have come here to the United States of America to make your life better, to obey our laws here in this country. You want a better life for yourself? Then act like it. Enjoy our country and the freedoms we have because of our constitutional rights and amendment rights in this nation. If you don't want to abide by our laws, once again, you do not belong here in the United States. Go back to your shithole country that you came from and try and change things there to be similar to the United States of America. We will not tolerate being disrespected in this country. For those of you that were Democrats and are Democrats, I was a Democrat once. I was very young. But back then, the Democrats were for the working people. Now, that has changed drastically in the last, say, 30 years. And it's unfortunate because they were pretty good, down to earth people. But as you see, they have made a career out of being politicians and no longer care about their constituents, us, the American people. I had switched many, many years ago to Republican because I believed in truth. I believed in our Constitution and amendment rights in this country. I abide by the laws in this country. And trust me, I have not been a perfect candidate in this world, especially here in the United States. Have I done things wrong against the law here in this country? Yes, I have. I had been put on probation and had different things to go through to be, once again, a true citizen of this country. I have never been convicted of a felony, and I still have my rights, full rights, as an American citizen, as a United States veteran. I am a Vietnam veteran. I had fought for this country, for your freedoms today. It seems funny to me that we never got an expiration date upon discharge of our rights of being a veteran and protecting our country against foreign as well as domestic. So please be aware, us veterans, most of us that are Republicans, we stand for our Constitution and Amendment rights in this country. If you try to harm us or our families, including friends, in any way, shape, or form, revenge will be had. We will be coming after you. I'm also a biker, and there are many bikers that are veterans. I would say 3/4 of the motorcycle organizations in the United States are veterans. Be aware of us. We don't call the cops, we call our brothers and sisters. If you want problems and you want to start a civil war, trust me, we are locked and loaded. We are ready for any situation at any time. Most of us veterans are always aware of what's going on in our surroundings. We're not the ones that walk around with our cell phones and we're doing this stuff. We don't do that. We stand upright, we walk upright, and we're always looking around, observing people around us. Doesn't matter where we go or if we're in a store or out in public. We are always aware and looking and checking out our situation. I may not be the strongest man in the world. I may not be the tallest man in the world. But trust me, I am armed. I do carry, and I will protect those that are in need when anything happens. More guns, less crimes. Don't be one to be eliminated. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Stay strapped. Always carry your weapon. Always protect your family and friends. Let's pray for the Charlie Kirk family. And if you don't even know this guy and you want to put him down, I would advise you to go on apps like YouTube or Rumble, things of that nature, and watch some of these videos where Charlie Kirk had done these debates and these speeches to people. It may open your eyes up and see the truth of what's going on in this country as well as around the world. Many of you have been lied to for many years by teachers as well as this Democratic administration. Take heed in what I'm saying. I have no reason to lie to anyone. I am a Christian born man. The only one I fear is God Himself. I kneel to the good Lord. I don't kneel to a government. So, on that note, everyone, please take care. Let's pray that they find this assassin. And let's hope that they hang him in person, huh? Or televise his extermination by firing squad. Something of that nature. I do not want to see this guy serve time in jail at all. I want to see him eliminated like our government's trying to eliminate us today. So, on that note, please subscribe, like, and share my channel. I'm going to be getting more videos out. This may be eliminated, and I may get a strike for what I have said. But I will keep fighting. I am an American freedom fighter. You all should be American freedom fighters as well. I also have another channel on Motorcycle Riders Now. I've been a little lax on that because I'm waiting to get out on my motorcycle and do videos on different events. However, I will be doing other upcoming events that are coming up shortly. So stay tuned to that channel as well here on YouTube. Once again, everybody, be safe. Leave a comment. I have my email address in the description. So please, if you have a comment, to contact me, and I will get back to you on that. We all have to be aware of our surroundings and what's going on. Like I stated, I'm a God-fearing man. I fear no human. I was taught that way, and I respect our law enforcement, but I will not let a government dictate to me what I can and cannot do. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, or catch me over there. I'm going to try and get out more videos as things progress here. This has woken me up and makes me want to do more videos, because it's people like this guy here that should be eliminated, not people like myself who are speaking the truth, and like Charlie Kirk and others have spoken the truth. On that note, everyone, please have a safe day. Have a good evening. Pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Godspeed, Charlie Kirk. God bless you all. This is Tony D with American Freedom Fighters, out for now. Good night, all.